Sasha Obama has been described as the queen of confidence, so it didn't take her long to chart her own path. From a reluctant White House resident to mixing it up with Hollywood A-listers, the youngest Obama has embraced adulthood by doing things her way. When Sasha Obama learned that her family might move to the White House, she wasn't exactly thrilled. Her parents tried to ease her and her sister Malia Obama into the idea of leaving their lives in Chicago behind to move to Washington, D.C. Michelle Obama told People that she and Barack were trying to prepare them for the possible change, saying, "Their anxiety has nothing to do with the White House. It has everything to do with what kids think about. If I have to go to a new school, will I make friends, and what about my old friendships?"
Because they really want to be normal.
Barack flat out admitted that Sasha and her sister were not looking forward to the big move. He told People, "I'm sure that there's a part of them that says we won't be heartbroken if things don't work out." Of course, things did work out, and Sasha found herself moving into the White House when she was just 7 years old. Anyone who's ever made the mistake of thinking that they could walk all over Sasha Obama has likely lived to regret it. Sasha is a force to be reckoned with, and her dad said as much when he spoke to In Style in 2020. When asked about the women in his life, Barack told the outlet, "They all have multiple badass qualities." The former president recalled a visit to Russia when Sasha was somewhere between the ages of 4 and 6. During the trip, Sasha refused to try caviar because she didn't find it appealing. Barack told In Style, "Once she made a decision, she would dig in and couldn't be steered off it. We were trying to get her to taste caviar. She was like, 'That looks slimy, it's nasty, I'm not going to do it, even if I've got to give up dessert.'" And that part of her character has always been there. Barack also said that Sasha has been described by her sister as the queen of confidence. The former president told In Style, "She is completely confident about her own take on the world and is not cowed or intimidated, and never has been, by anybody's titles, anybody's credentials. If she thinks something's wrong or right, she will say so." While living in the White House, Sasha got to know Vice President Joe Biden's grandchildren pretty well. That said, she really hit it off with Maisy Biden. The two had the same interests and played on the same basketball team at one point. In a 2021 interview with Dax Shepard for his Armchair Expert podcast, Barack said that Maisy and Sasha are still the best of friends. The former president shared fond memories of his time coaching Sasha and Maisy's 4th grade recreational league basketball team, which was known as the Vipers. Aside from playing basketball together, Sasha and Maisy also had some sleepovers. While speaking at a Democratic National Committee meeting in 2009, Biden recounted how, during the previous year's meeting, Maisy asked him if she could have a sleepover with the Obama kids. Biden's wife Jill coordinated with Michelle Obama to arrange the sleepover in the hotel where the families were staying. In the 2009 DNC meeting, Biden fondly recalled how he found Maisy and Sasha asleep and cuddled up close together. When Maisy and her siblings were interviewed by Today in 2021, they spoke highly of Sasha and Malia, with Finnegan Biden saying that they all admired the Obama sisters. She told Today, "They came out so grounded and humble, and they're so smart and driven, so I think we can only take advice from them." Going on your first date is already daunting enough, but having the Secret Service following your every move while you're on a date must be nothing short of mortifying. Such was the life of Sasha when she was a teenager. Her father let the public in on what his daughters' lives were like in the White House during an appearance on The Late Late Show with James Corden. When Corden asked the former president if either of his daughters would ever consider working in public service, Barack was skeptical, telling Corden, "First of all, them as teenagers and having Secret Service guys follow them when they were going out on dates, I think probably has shut down their interest in public service."
They still have PTSD from guys, talking into their, wrist microphones.
Needless to say, Sasha likely won't be scrambling to land a job in politics anytime soon. Meanwhile, her father says that he's secretly glad about this because it's a volatile environment from which he'd rather protect her. He also took a moment to tell Corden how proud he is of Sasha and her sister.
They have turned into just exceptional young women.
It's no secret that Malia Obama followed in her mother and father's footsteps and went to Harvard. Sasha, however, took the road less traveled and didn't opt for an Ivy League school. Ahead of her high school graduation, rumors were swirling that the youngest Obama sister had her sights set on the University of Michigan, and it turned out to be true. Ahead of the first semester in 2019, the Detroit News chatted with some Michigan students who confirmed that Sasha was on campus and unsuccessfully avoiding attention. One student told the outlet, "I was walking by pushing a vacuum and she walked out right in front of me. I said, "Excuse me." It was a crowded hallway with her and some Secret Service dudes. The student went on to admit that the added security that came with Sasha's presence wasn't exactly ideal, but conceded that having her on campus was pretty cool. Other students were less starstruck and saw Sasha as just another student walking the hallways. Of course, with Sasha not opting for an Ivy League school, speculation was rife that perhaps her grades didn't make the cut. Whether or not that is the case remains a mystery. Sasha eventually transferred from Michigan to the University of Southern California sometime in 2022. Sasha Obama might not be interested in public service, but when she sees injustice and there's an opportunity to address it, she shows up to let her voice be heard. After George Floyd was killed in 2020, Black Lives Matter protests started to erupt across the country, and Sasha was one of those taking part in marches. When Sasha's father spoke to Anderson Cooper for CNN, he revealed that Sasha and her sister believe in standing up for what is right.
What you and I might have tolerated as, yeah, that's sort of how things are. Their attitude is why. Let's change it.
With that said, Sasha isn't just interested in taking to the streets. She wants to get her hands dirty and do the work to bring about the changes she fights for. Barack told Cooper, "They're not just interested in making noise, they're interested in what works." After transferring to the University of Southern California in 2022, Sasha moved in with her sister, who was already working in Los Angeles at the time. In her book, The Light We Carry, Michelle Obama said that Sasha and her sister managed to make their new apartment home, even though they were on a tight budget. Instead of opting for expensive furniture, Sasha and her big sister looked for deals at IKEA and shopped for bargains at yard sales and flea markets. When Michelle visited her daughter, she was proud to see how much they'd managed to make do with the little they had. She wrote, "They were sleeping on box springs and mattresses with no bed frame, but they'd found some pretty bedspreads to cover it all. They had a dining room table, though hadn't yet found affordable chairs." Michelle told People that Sasha and Malia living together was working out really well, saying, "It makes me feel really, really good. Not just that they're living together, but they're thriving together, and they're thriving on their own as individual young women."
The thing I love the most is that those two girls are each other's best friend.
After having to deal with Secret Service agents accompanying her on dates, it must have been a relief for Sasha when she could finally go out with her boyfriend without a security detail. The lucky guy was Clifton Powell Jr., a director, writer, and former college basketball player who's also the son of actor Clifton Powell. The Daily Mail was one of the first outlets to break the news that Sasha had a new man in her life. It was a discovery that Michelle may have played a role in. During an appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Michelle accidentally revealed that both her daughters have boyfriends. She told the host, "Now they're bringing grown men home. Before it was just like a pop band. Now they have boyfriends and real lives." Sasha likely started dating Powell shortly after transferring to the University of Southern California. The Daily Mail published pictures confirming that Sasha and Powell were a couple, while Powell's father confirmed it during an appearance on the Dear Fathers podcast. Powell said on the podcast, "Mr. Obama has a daughter that's dating my son, and I have an opportunity and a responsibility to make my son responsible, gentle, kind, loving, and supportive. I text him all the time, and I said, treat Sasha like you would want somebody to treat your daughter."
I want them to know what they want and who they are in a relationship.
Sasha officially became a college graduate in May 2023. Her parents and sister all attended Sasha's special day as she received her degree in sociology from the University of Southern California. As per usual, the Obama family didn't share any of Sasha's graduation pictures on social media, but POUP shared photos of Sasha dressed in her academic regalia on its Instagram page. While her parents were present for the ceremony, Sasha spent the evening with Malia and her friends. She was spotted filling up her car before making her way to Echo Park, where she had dinner with friends. In a Mother's Day Instagram post that was published that same weekend, Michelle hinted at how proud she was of her daughters, writing, "Being a mom to Malia and Sasha has been the greatest gift of my life, and I am forever grateful to my mom for teaching me the importance of courage, empathy, and hard work, lessons that I've passed down to my own girls." Anyone who's ever graduated knows that feeling of sweet elation when you can put away your books and just have fun for a while. That said, it appears that Sasha Obama has fully embraced her post-student life. In June 2023, barely a month after her graduation, Sasha was spotted leaving a house party in Los Angeles in broad daylight. She was barefoot and carrying her high heels in her arms along with some of her other belongings. It might just have been the timing of the shot, but the picture showed her looking a tad irritated with the cameras. In August, she was spotted attending yet another party in Los Angeles, this time with the likes of Drake. Her sister was also at the gathering. It's no secret that the Obamas are big fans of Drake. After all, he was featured on the former president's annual summer playlist more than once. Additionally, when the rapper said he would like to play Barack in a movie one day, the former president later told Complex that he would be perfectly okay with it. Not only did Barack refer to the rapper as talented, but he also revealed that Sasha and Malia are big fans. Barack told Complex, "Drake has, more importantly I think, my household stamp of approval. I suspect Malia and Sasha would be just fine with it."